Again, I want to thank everyone for attending. There are probably some people that didn't want us to hold this hearing, but I think it's very necessary that we do conduct it. I think that the Zika virus is probably one of the more difficult health challenges that the nation and the world have faced probably since the Ebola crisis. And unlike that particular crisis, there's some very good news to report in this hearing. And then the purpose of the hearing is also to hear from some of those involved in making certain that the public health, welfare, and safety is preserved while we face this possible epidemic. And I might say this isn't something just facing the United States, it's facing the world. So it's spread, again, we know, across many continents, and we have international events like the Olympics this summer in Brazil. We want to make certain that American travelers there are protected. And I might say also we have American personnel throughout the infected area in the world who are our responsibility to make sure they're safe and secure. Many of them are abroad serving the United States in diplomatic posts with the military and others, and we want to make certain that those individuals that we're responsible for are also protected. I'm pleased, too, with the World Health Organization. You've heard me from this dais raise some serious questions during Ebola, that they did not act to alert the public and declare the seriousness of Ebola at the time. That is not the case here. They have acted. They have been proactive. I'm also pleased that we have had a very good response, both from the federal level and the state level and other agencies in government, and we need to keep it that way, and we need to keep going forward. Today, the purpose of this hearing is to see where we are and what we have done and where we need to go and how we can keep this under control. I'm very pleased, too, we'll have a representative from my state, which has taken the lead, and Governor Scott and others. We have our Surgeon General of Florida with us, and we'll hear from, again, NIH. They've done a great job. Center for Disease Control, we'll hear where they are, and give an opportunity to get an update on a great world event, which we're looking at in Brazil later this year. Right now, and I want to say this and make this very clear, there has been no detected Zika infection from an insect or mosquito in the United States of America. No transmission that I'm aware of. Most of what we've found so far are individuals who've traveled somewhere else and come into the United States. This isn't a South United States problem. In fact, right now, and we have a chart we could show later, I think as far as Wisconsin in the United States, and 23 states have now had cases where they have determined that someone was infected with the Zika virus. So we don't have that infection from mosquitoes in the United States, but we do have people coming in outside who have been infected with that disease. So we still have a long way to go in the detection process. We don't have a vaccination available. We don't know all the connections, and we'll have questions and some directions about where we're going to look at how we can go after the disease, either for vaccination or for treatment. The numbers that we have seen so far are, again, somewhat limited in the United States, but again, getting a head start on it. In Florida, we've had 28 cases, and I think 2 of my counties with a single case. I just had lunch with the local health director, and I thought that was very informative because I wanted to hear from him how things that we are doing here have filtered down to the local level. And I will say that report is also good. But they do face challenges. They want to make certain that they have the test kits available. They want to make certain that the testing is available. They want to know where to go next. And some of that has been provided. And the state of Florida acted in early February, the governor and others, and they have been in close contact with the local officials, which I think is extremely important. There's some simple things that can be done, and we know what they are, is using insecticides and using mosquito repellent, staying in air-conditioned locations, and that, again, is where people are getting the infection. But if we do have the problem in the United States, we want to make certain that people are aware of the risk that they face and the simple solutions to tackle it. It's just like mosquitoes that we have from coast to coast and from border to border. While the CDC remains hesitant to confirm some of the links, and we'll hear more about that, experts are confident that Zika is causing some outcomes that we've seen, and we'll talk about them. The most notable and at risk are women and pregnant women, and they seem to have, or seem to be fairly certain of a link there. We'll find out more about that and other possible links to individuals that may cause them serious health damage. The administration, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to I had this folder and fell asleep reading it. Woke up at 3 and finished it last night. And I did read the administration. Last week, the president sent a communication to the members of Congress and asking for a $1.8 billion request for emergency action. I also read where Mr. Rogers, our chairman of appropriations, said we happen to have almost the exact amount left over from Ebola and the possibility of using that. I want to make certain that the funds are available, particularly for the research, for finding out anything that can stop this, either with a mosquito or keep people safe with possible vaccination wherever we're going to go. But that also needs funding ASAP, and we want to make certain that those funds are available. We'll have some questions about the money flow because money usually solves most of our problems. The situation is rapidly developing and changing, and Americans have concerns, but they need to know that their government on each level, federal, state, and local, are making certain that the challenge is being met, and we want to ensure the public that we're all receiving the latest information and coordinating in good fashion so that we can do the best. The United States is fortunate. We have the world's most advanced healthcare system in the United States. It's impressive. We want to keep it that way and make certain that we're well coordinated. We use common sense, and that we'll be able to contain the spread of this virus and be well equipped for any future threats it may pose. So I look forward to hearing from the panel. I welcome our witnesses. I'd like to turn to our ranking member, the gentlelady from Illinois, Ms. Duckworth, for her opening comment.